Welcome to Weekly Sports Talk for Ed, third edition, the third edition of it. So today I'm gonna be talking about the Olympics, some of the stuff I'm excited for as it's getting closer by the WNBA and who could potentially meet in the finals. A little bit of AEW and WWE as I do every week. I'm gonna get started with the Olympics. One thing I'm excited for is actually for the Olympics in general. It starts on July 26th. Like I said, once it starts, I'm gonna be covering that every day, watching all the different sports, because it's gonna have a lot of content from that, from track and field, basketball, swimming. Just gonna be. I'm excited for the Olympics this year. It should be fun. I'm excited to watch it, cover all of it, and just ready for that. Yeah, I'm gonna be covering it on the podcast, making different videos as it goes on through those 2 weeks that last. One thing I'm really excited for is track and field, men's and women's. With the men's, you got Noah Lyles, who's probably the best track star in the world, and he has an ego. So he has a big ego, but it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun watching him in the Olympics. See if somebody can uh, outrun him during the Olympics, which probably won't happen. But it's gonna be fun to see. For the women's side, Shakari Richardson, also amazing. Want to see if somebody on the women's side can beat her, because she's one of the best track stars in the world. And I seen some of the practice runs with USA. And it was looking pretty good, but I don't know if anybody's gonna beat Noah Lyles or Shakari Richardson. But that's what I want. I want to see if one of them will get taken down. Then on the basketball side, obviously it's got team the USA, which they replaced Kawhi because Kawhi withdrew from the Olympics. He got replaced by Derek White. Don't think they'll strike out to replace him. If Kawhi's going, that Kawhi withdrew from the Olympics, he should have been replaced with a wing, that somebody that plays a wing position, not a guard. So somebody like Jaylen Brown or Paulo Banchero would have been the perfect guy to replace Kawhi in the Olympics. Probably Jaylen Brown since he won the Finals MVP, but Paulo would have been cool too. Number one pick, All-Star his second year, led them to the playoffs when it really wasn't much expectation around them. So both him and Brown had great seasons. It could have been Kawhi's replacement, but they went with Derek White. But it's three teams I think could potentially stand a chance against Team USA. The first one is Canada. They had a, they lost the exhibition game, but they got the second best NBA talent out of the Olympics with Shea, Jamal Murray, RJ Barrett, Dylan Brooks. All they're missing is Wiggins, which that situation with Wiggins and the Warriors is really weird. But we're not going to talk about that. I'm going to make a separate video talking about that and why Wiggins can't play in the Olympics this year. The other team was France. They have Wemby and Rudy Gobert in the paint. They still got guys, veteran guys like Evan Fournier and Nicholas Batum, but they aren't in their primes. But they can still they'll still be productive in the exhibition games. So it's gonna be hard to score on that team, especially trying to go to the paint against Wemby and Rudy Gobert. But I think they will stand a solid chance against the US. Then the last team is Serbia, because they won FIBA last year, didn't have Jokic, and now Jokic is playing. And obviously it's a lot more talent playing that wasn't in it last year. But Serbia winning was a surprise. It's not like they have that much, especially without Jokic. And now that they have Jokic on the team, and they can make a run in the Olympics this year. And I think USA is going to win basketball, but I think those three teams had the best chance of taking down the Team USA. But sticking with basketball, talking about the WNBA, From what I've seen in the WNBA, it looks like the New York Liberty and Las Vegas Aces might end up being the WNBA finals at the end of the season. Got the Liberty with, and both of these teams have a dynamic duo. The Liberty, they got Brianna Stewart, who's averaging 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1.5 blocks, shooting 45% from the field, only 23% from three, and 86, nearly 87% from the free throw line. Her only struggle is really just a 3-point shot, not shooting too great from there. Then you got Sabrina Ionescu, who's averaging 19 points per game, 4.4 rebounds, 6.2 assists, 1 steal per game, 42% from the field, nearly 35 from three, 90% from the field. And the Liberty are 19-4 with the best record in the league. You had the best record in the Eastern Conference. And just with that dynamic duo of Brianna Stewart and Sabrina, that has been amazing this season. Both doing everything that they can, having lost, had the best win-loss record in the league, first in the conference, first in the league. So as of right now, I'll call them one of the I call them the favorite to go to the WNBA finals. Then also Las Vegas Aces. They're 15-7, second in the West, have the fourth best record in the league. Got Asia Wilson, who's averaging nearly 27 points, 11 rebounds, almost 3 assists, nearly 2 steals, 2.7 blocks, 52% from the field, 35% from three, 87%, 86% from the free throw line. He got Kelsey Plum averaging 19 points, 2 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 41% from the field, 37% from three, 84% from the free throw line. You got this dynamic duo who's both great sharpshooters, shooting pretty good from the three. Asia Wilson might be averaging more points, but they both do a lot of stuff for the Aces to get them where they are right now. And even though they're second in their conference right now with the fourth best record, I look at them as the favorites in the West because they have also the team above them has played less games, like 1 or 2 less games. But I think it's gonna come down to the Aces and Liberty. And this could change as the season goes on. But right now, I would call this the finals of the WNBA. Both of these teams are playing amazing, have great dynamic duos leading the team. That's what you need in the WNBA. You need two really good stars to lead the team. That's what both of these teams got with good supporting pieces. That's about That's it for the WNBA talk. It'll be more later when I go through the athletes of the week at the end. Next, next, moving to some wrestling. Talk about WWE on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley returned. Damian Priest, yeah, he had let the Judgment Day know that I forgot what he said, but he let them know something like he had a surprise or something like that. Then at the end of the show, after Dominic and Leah won the match, which I'll get to that later, Rhea Ripley came up. Liv Morgan ran off. Dominic was still in the ring. Dominic trying to hug Rhea. She wasn't going for that. So now Rhea Ripley is back. She's gonna be going after her title, trying to get it back from Liv. But she never lost the title. She had to give it up because of the injury. And Becky Lynch ended up winning. Liv beat Becky for the title. Then and Rhea Ripley is probably a babyface now. Seems like Damian Priest will be going that direction too. Because Priest kept wanting Dominic that he had to stop this whole thing with Liv, and he let it go too far. But it's how they ended up in the tag team match. And nobody else in Judgment Day really seemed to care. JD, Carlito, Finn, They were all cool with it being there, but Damian Priest was the only one that had a problem with it. So it's Damian and Rhea's seems like they'll still be tight. Rhea should have a problem with everybody else. But her return was great to end the show. It was a great way to end it. Uh, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk. The drama continues. CM Punk, he cut a promo about Drew, how he's going to keep him from winning the championship. Seth came out there because that also hurt Seth's chances in that match. Because really, Punk should never got involved with it. Could have got involved in the Money in the Bank match. But Stephanie Green, Drew, and Drew McIntyre, CM Punk keeps heating up. But then rekindling the fire with Punk and Seth Rollins. Because that's what it was. That was going to be the WrestleMania match. The Punk was never injured. It was going to be CM Punk and Seth Rollins. I still don't know how Drew got involved in this. That's the whole thing was between Punk and Seth to begin with. And Drew just threw himself into the picture. So they could end up having a triple threat match at some point. I don't really know, but it'll be a fun triple threat match. Who wins? Probably Drew, because Seth can't afford a loss. It would be CM Punk or Drew, but CM Punk got the upper hand on Drew too many times. Seth he'd be fine with losing, so they had that triple threat. Drew would probably get the win, and then just to sticking with that, the potential for SummerSlam. I already have 3 matches set up for SummerSlam. Priest is going to be defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. Bayley is defending the Women's Championship against Nia Jax. And Cody Rhodes is defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Solo Sikoa. So SummerSlam is already shaping up to be a good card. Those 3 matches. Likely going to have LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the U.S. title. And probably Rhea versus Liv Morgan. You definitely see that happening at SummerSlam. And since SummerSlam is a big event, I don't know how many matches Triple H plans to put on here. Because this is a show, he could do like 6 or 7 matches. You know, and he didn't do 5 on the SummerSlam. He could do 6 or 7. But I think SummerSlam should be pretty good. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Yeah, SummerSlam should be a good show. Just add a few more matches. Hopefully, it's 6 or 7 matches on the card. Maybe one of the tag team championships are defended. Because the tag team championships have been defended on Raw and SmackDown, but they haven't been defended on the actual pay-per-view since, might be wrong, but since WrestleMania. I don't think they've been defended on the actual pay-per-view since then, or BOE. But that's it for WWE for now. Moving on to AEW. Like I was saying last week with the women in AEW, Tony Khan did a great job of building storylines recently. It's just always been a big issue with AEW. People say they don't build stories, this and that. Feel like they've done a great job with MJF and Will Ospreay. And they're having a match on Dynamite this coming Wednesday. And I'm gonna be at that show, so I get to see that match. Might not end clean, because that's gonna be a big match. But they done a great job building it up. You've been paying attention to AEW. Seems like they've done a great job in building storylines recently, because Osprey and Daniel Garcia, they had a good match. Osprey retained. Then MJF turned on match the match, and he just beat him up. And Osprey came out there, and MJF got to run it. MJF cut a promo about Osprey. Osprey responded. Then they got that match set up, so they just did a great job. It started with a attack. Really started with MJF coming back, basically letting everybody know you can't trust MJF. So Daniel Garcia wasn't full to trust him. Will Osprey had Daniel Garcia's back. That's leading to anybody else in hospital having a match. Brian Danielson and Swerve Strickland. A few years ago, Brian Danielson picked up a win over Swerve Strickland. Swerve is the current AEW World Champion. Brian Danielson won the Owen Hart tournament. Get a guaranteed shot at a World Championship at the World Championship at All In Wembley Stadium. So you already have a story with Brian winning. This is last year as a full-time wrestler. Swerve hasn't had one match against Brian Danielson. He wasn't able to get the win. So he has a chance at redemption now. So at All In. Mercedes and Britt Baker. Once again, they keep going at it. Mercedes tried to do a toast, a celebration. Britt came out there and started knocking out security. Mercedes ran off to the back. And I talked about that last week. I, they're going to have that match all in. It's going to be great. Britt, Britt Baker might win because Mercedes doesn't need two championships. I think Mercedes should just put one championship on the line that allow Britt to win because I don't think Mercedes has lost since she's been in AEW. And Britt just came back. And then uh, Team Elite versus Team AEW. This was another thing about the Swerve and Brian promo over Swerve. He said he's going to do one thing that Brian Danielson wasn't able to do, and that's Team beat Team Elite. Because Team Elite consists of the Young Bucks, Okada, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks, uh, Adam Page. Who was somebody else? Was it Jack Perry? I think, I'm pretty sure it's Jack Perry. Not so. Yeah, so Team Elite is the Young Bucks, Jack Perry, Okada, and Adam Page. They made him the fifth member. He's gonna be Mark Briscoe and Swerve Strickland on Team AEW. And they still need three more members. But the Elite, Team Elite had beat the Blackpool comeback for pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure that's who it was. And Brian Danielson wasn't able to lead to the victory. So Swerve said he's gonna be able to do that in blood and guts in 2 weeks. So you have Swerve and Mark Briscoe still need three more members. But I think that'd be a fun match. They've done a great job with the elite, with the EVPs and all that stuff. That's how they get all these special privileges to do what they want. It's a really fun storyline that they got going in AEW. And excuse AEW, one of the best things about AEW is that they're always gonna put on quality matches. Like on their weekly shows, it's never like this show is completely terrible. Like the show at least always be decent. Majority of the time, still have few good matches. You'll have you like, man, that match should have been on pay per view. It's like Brian Danielson versus Adam Page. That was a great match. It should have easily happened on pay per view, but they put that on free TV for everybody to see. But yeah, they always put on quality matches. At the moment, the only bad thing AEW does is overbook the pay per views. Because sometimes they're doing a better job with building stories, but not every championship has to be on the line if there isn't a story for it. I feel like Tony Clement overbooks the pay per views at times, which he has time to learn and improve on that. But he don't have to always put 15 matches on pay per view. Like, leave it at eight, leave it at like 7, 8 matches. That'd be fine. But that's it for AEW. Now moving on to the last segment, which is athletes of the week. Don't stick with AEW since we was just on that. Uh, for the AEW Athlete of the Week, I had to throw Mariah J. She won the Owen Hart Women's Foundation tournament in a good match with Willow Nightingale. I enjoyed that. Mariah May was able to get the win. And like I said last week, Mariah May and Toni Storm are close. And if Mariah May was to win the tournament, they're going to have to face each other for the title. So after the match, Willow and Mariah May shook hands. Mariah, Willow went to the back. And Toni Storm and Mariah May, they marched up the ramp. Mariah May turns on Toni Storm. And I was expecting this. This wasn't a surprise to me because Mariah May wants that championship. And I think Mariah May will win and all win in Wembley Stadium. I think she's going to be the one to take the title off Toni Storm. She deserves it. She's done great work with Toni Storm. But the whole segment, whole match, all that was great. So I had to give her the Athlete of the Week. For WWE, one with Dominic Mysterio had the tag match for Liv Morgan where they beat Selena, Vega, and Rey Mysterio, and Dominic was finally able to get a win over his dad, Rey, which he had wanted all his. He been wanting that. He finally was able to pin his dad. And that whole man really dominant throughout the whole night with the segments with it could have went to either him or Liv, but it just went with Dominic. That's had a segment with Liv when he was getting stretched out, and Priest was like, "It's not that hard." Then Carlito is hilarious because he looked at Dom and said, "It looks pretty hard to me," and as Finn and JD just slapped him on the shoulder, it was like not the time for that. Then the tag team match, it was a good main event. The storyline with them has been good, especially now that Rhea's come back. It was still kind of dry because Rhea wasn't wrestling until like the last 2 weeks during her title reign, but she's had some good matches recently. Dominic, he was good in the ring. Then at the end, after Rhea ran ran to the back, had Dominic in the ring, all shocked because Rhea came back. He didn't know what to do. He just had to stand there, look like a fool. So I gave Athlete of the Week for WWE to Dominic. Great job. Then last for the WNBA, Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever had 2 games. They went 1-1. Both of those games were decided by less than 10 points. She averaged 24.5 points, 13 assists, 5.5 rebounds, shot 50% from the field, 43.8% from the three-point line, 92.3% from the free throw line. Caitlin Clark, she had a great week. Fever had 2 games, won 1-1. Caitlin Clark, fun to watch. Uh, Either her and Reese is going to be Rookie of the Year, which I might talk about that next week. I talk about Rookie of the Year and MVP next week, who I think is the one at the moment. And the season will still be going on, but things can change. But Caitlin Clark, congratulations. She had a really good week. Enjoyed watching her play. She simply helped the popularity with the WNBA. Her and Angel Reese. What I don't like is that people act like these were the first ever WNBA players to do something spectacular. Like you had plenty of players like Sue Bird, Candace Parker, that were famous before these two came along. They were doing their things. Asia Wilson, she's always been like this. Sabrina Nescu, she was great last season, from what I know. So it's like they made the WNBA more popular, but they shouldn't be getting discredited for no reason. But that's it for this edition of Weekly Sports Talk with Ed. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment your thoughts on anything I talked about today. Peace.